Hi everyone, and welcome back to Just Cosplay Doki Doki. Let's hope we actually panic in this episode. I know what some of you might be thinking, which is, why am I still continuing this game if I am so bored with it? Well, there's a couple reasons. One is that I actually think that there is something in here to the point that I actually really want to see where this leads. But also, the fact that I will admit, I'm starting to get kind of into the story a bit, or at least the way that I'm going through the story. I am kind of curious when things are going to start picking up, though, because it's like day 3 now, and we are, I think, no closer to revealing whoever's the axe murderer, or, you know, whoever's going to be it, but, yeah. So continuing the time-honored tradition of me trying to jump on the bandwagon before it takes off, here's me continuing our Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough. So let's continue. So right now we just fed Yuri some chocolates, and this is really uncomfortable because her eyes are just like following me right now. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take a chocolate and place it in her mouth, and then I feel her hot breath on my finger. Okay, I'm sorry if this is supposed to be romantic. Using the phrase hot breath on anything is not a good way to describe any sort of sensuality that's going on. Because I think whenever I think of hot breath, I'm either thinking it's either really cold, and that's the only way that they can, like, I guess, warm up, or it's really bad and it's very garlicky. You know that feeling whenever you've eaten something very kind of potent and then you breathe and then just like you can feel the essence just escaping your lips? Okay, everyone. Yuri jokes back. It's time to share poems. Rick, you can help Yuri put the tea stuff away, right? Put away the tea stuff. Whatever. I don't know. I said the exact same thing. Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Just stop feeding me, okay? I'm sorry. It's just weird on so many levels. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the... By the way, I do apologize if you guys are kind of interested in hearing what it is that is, like, the descriptive portions where it's just actions going on. A lot of times, especially when I can tell something is going to just be going on and on and on, I'll do this even with books, and this is really bad because a lot of times I'll miss something because I do this, but if, like, it starts getting a little... But this is actually what happens when I start reading, is that if it starts getting a little too detailed or just, like... there's too much info there, I start kind of glazing over it, which is what's been going on a lot of times when I get to the points where like the characters are just like moving around, or just like a character will go, you know, to another place, or they're describing what's with writing and everything. I'll just I kind of zone out, and that's my way of zoning out. Alright, so let's continue. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up the word between us. I get the feeling that something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright, so... well, let's start with Monica this time. Hi, Rick! Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in a club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. The other thing that I'm thinking is that if one of these characters is an axe murderer, we're probably going to get a lot more members or something at the festival, and then that's when all the shit's going to hit the fan, and then they're going to start being picked off one by one until it's finally just the 4 of us, and we're like, who's next? Who? One of us in this room is Aquila! Ah ha 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 ha! Anyways, let's look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem from my holding my hands. Rick, I just gotta ask, are you just picking random words out of a dictionary? You're just like opening it up to a page and just throwing it? Because honestly, every time you give me one of your poems, I keep thinking they're just words. Like, legit just a bunch of words that don't go together. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny she's talented and so beautiful. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. She's mine, by the way. If you try to take her, I'm gonna kill you. With a rusty machete. I will cut your fucking head off with a rusty sword. Trust me. I've got them. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature and it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much of a personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Multiple times, just staring at those violet eyes of hers. Anyways, who knows what's going on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. She's just a weirdo, just like you. She keeps it to herself, but still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Ah. You're completely misunderstood. We're friends. We're the best of friends. Just the frest of bens. Friends of best. Best of friends. Friendsing. Friends forever. Forever friends. Friends of friends. I like to imagine my character when you just started saying all that, just kind of just sat on the floor and just crumpled up into a fetal position. And then Monica's just like, what? Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? I'm crushed. Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Oh god, I'm even more crushed. She's one of those people. Monica kind of whispers the last part of me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Kind of. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. I wonder if Yuri's gonna become the axe murderer. Taking all bets, who's gonna become the axe murderer? Everybody who hasn't played this game. And already knows. And who actually comments on these videos. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift in the sky. Lost adrift the sky. Is it? Oh, of the current. Wait, what? Lost adrift the sky, victim of currents of the wind. Day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend that is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering with the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall and fall, even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches between me and the thumb and forefinger, the hand of the beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds with a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amounted to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose. We seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Monica is totally the axe murderer. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that like give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was in my mind, and so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. I just kind of thought psychotic. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, wouldn't we start to lose meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems that everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. What the fuck is all wrong with you people? Are you surprised? I mean, we're all depressed. I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't have anything to write about, would we? No? You'd have a lot to write about if you're happy. I think you know better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, go away now. Monica's writing tip of the day. If you're ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good, it can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much worth and effort into. But if you find other people enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because in the end, they're all just telling you writing is good or bad, okay? Their phones a lot of focus on is much more encouraging than being more imperfect. It's all like having a religion, what you think. That's my mess for today. Okay, whatever. Thanks for listening. Alright. Well, I think we can call that an episode. We have just, we have just sort of gotten out of a fixated trance with Yuri because we are totally into her. I don't know why I'm saying we like everyone else is playing this along with me. But it sounds better. We are Ermac. I think that it is... I think that Monica most likely is either the axe murderer or... Well, actually, it could be any of them still. One of these 4 girls is the axe murderer. Watch. If I'm right, I'm gonna be fucking shocked. I've avoided every goddamn playthrough I can of this, so I can experience it for myself, just like with me in Undertale. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.